So it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd gathers in. How you going, everybody? Let me just see if I can sort this stuff out. I am in. There you go. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you are all very, very well. Let me see now. Just sorting this stuff out. I'm pretty excited tonight, guys. I am pretty excited because tonight we are playing some more Scrapping Simulator. And we also have the developer with us tonight. Honeysuckle, how you doing? Thank you for showing up so early. Cap, how you doing, Cap? Charlotte's here. Douglas Evans, welcome, Douglas. Kane, good morning to you. Cal, how you doing? Oh, I hope you guys are well. Hope it's warmer where you are than what it is here. Got my coffee here. Got no Christina this morning for coffee, so I don't know where she's gone. But hope you guys are good, because we are going to... You have a case of vertigo again. Oh, really? Oh, no. Last time it took over 2 weeks to clear. Are you still suffering from the vertigo, Kane? Oh, I feel sorry for you, man. Seriously, that's a horrible thing. That is an absolutely horrible thing. Now, I didn't realize that we could set this forge and stuff up outside, which I'm pretty excited about. So we're showcasing tonight. We're showcasing the 0.27.4. An update actually came out, I reckon, about 30 minutes. Was it 30 minutes or something? But oh, look, there she is, Christina. Before I went live, which was pretty cool. So I've downloaded that and I've installed that. Now I'm going to introduce you to Fury Fighter. I am going to call him Fury during the stream because I am absolutely and utterly lazy. So can you hear me, Fury? You all right?
I can, Simi. How you going?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Over there in Victoria, just gone into lockdown as well. It's pretty...
Yeah.
But lockdown for a developer is probably a good thing, isn't it?
In a sense, yeah. It does make the menial tasks a bit harder, but yeah, we just slowly get through.
Yeah, just program away. Christina's just grabbed a coffee for everybody. That is awesome. Okay, so we're going to get into it now because it's Graham, how you going? I am very well, thank you. I hope you are well as well. That's a long name. Graham GG196512345. You got it happening. I hope everybody is well though. Yeah, I've been looking really forward to this. I am going to have on stream. I am going to have some other developers come in while we're playing games. Preferably indie developers and stuff. We've got one coming up with a new game which I'm going to announce very soon. Very soon. So that's pretty cool, but super excited to start it off with Scrapping Simulator and with Fury because this is, as you guys know, we had an awesome time playing this back in an earlier alpha version. So good morning, Cal. How you doing, mate? So so we're going to go through, we're going to check stuff out tonight. You guys are going to get the opportunity to ask Fury any questions about future development, any questions that you might have about the game. We also, your initials and date of birth, there you go, Graham. Perfect. Perfect. You will also have the opportunity, if you don't already have a key to the game, we've got 4 keys to give away. So a big, if everybody could give a big thank you to Fury for providing those keys. So we've got 4 keys to give away tonight. We will do that later on. We will start as we normally do. We'll start a 30-minute raffle for those prizes, and when we draw it, we'll draw it live so that you can see the Streamlabs algorithms picking a winner, so that you know that it's all legit. So but it's good to have everybody here. All right, so as per recommendation from Fury, because we are in 0.27, we're going to start a new game, which is going to be really good. really, really good. So maybe we can start. I think maybe Fury we can start while I'm starting up a game. We might start by you just talking a little bit about why 0.27 was a major update, because it was a pretty major update for the game, from what I'm aware.
Yeah, certainly it was. I pretty much had to scrap the whole saving and loading system, and started fresh and pretty much optimized the whole optimized the whole way that the saving and loading system got its objects and everything. So yeah, just a big major change on that part, and big optimizations, and as well the hardware store. So yeah,
I guess that's one of the things, isn't it, with when you do sort of major updates where you're changing save systems and stuff. I know a lot of people, like I know I've seen just on Steam forums with games, people complaining, I've got to start a new save and I've just put 150 hours into a game and stuff, but people don't sort of understand that that it's one of those, it's part of that process of updating and streamlining the games. So
yeah, certainly, yeah.
Now everybody thinks that I'm a bit of a tight ass because I refuse to turn lights on in games, but Fury, being the evil electrical company baron that he is, charges an absolute fortune for electricity. So there you go.
I think the power was dropped in 0.27 actually, I think. So
excellent.
If you just run lower sort of lights, you get about roughly a $10 bill.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I think I just turned the porch lights on. That's perfect. Porch lights. There we go. Okay, so we are starting from scratch. So I'm probably going to throw you some questions and stuff like that. As we run through this, if there's anything that you don't want to answer or anything that's top secret, just let me know. But how far do you think it's going to be for starters? Thank you so much. Check that out, guys. Check that out. Your one-stop shop for entertainment. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much for that.
No problems, mate.
I am humbled. You should change that to a pawn shop, as in PORN, because I know that there's a few people that are on my stream that will be doing that. So the hardware store used to be. Did the hardware store used to be down here, and now it's up here, or was the hardware store completely new?
That's completely new in 0.27.
Perfect. We've got $50. We can't afford a drill. I'm just going to have a look around before we start doing stuff here, because raw materials storage bucket. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so you can actually drop stuff in these now if you purchase those buckets.
Yeah, just your like your iron and aluminum and stuff like that.
Beautiful. You call it aluminum. You're a Victorian. You're an Aussie. You're an Aussie. What's going on there?
Everyone goes off at me for that, but yeah, aluminium. I can barely say it properly.
Actually, we were having a conversation. I think on stream about that. It might have been last week or something. The difference between calling it aluminium or aluminum, or everybody seems to have different ways of saying it. There's a sports car. I've never seen a sports car in a driveway. I haven't seen any cars in here. These are new as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they came in as in 0.27 as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, see, Kane, you put an extra I in aluminium. I don't call it aluminium. I call it aluminium. Oh, it's awesome. You can stash metals away. Yes, it absolutely is. So the first thing that we are going to do here is run through and pick up some of this stuff. What's this? Digital video recorder. Beautiful. That's perfect. There we go. Okay, so first question from me to get some questions going is, are you developing full time?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. That's a pretty tough gig at the moment, but it's also pretty awesome to be able to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle, but I'd really love to make something out of it, and yeah, I'm kind of thinking that Scrapping Simulator's that pathway. So, and I really enjoy it, and the community enjoys it. So,
They do, because you do get a lot of interaction and stuff happening on your Discord and stuff. And I will get Christina or Kane to post a link in chat for your Discord as well, for anybody who are not over there and are not a part of your Discord, because it's awesome to get over there and support people as they go. I've got some stuff to do now while we're doing this. Did you do a game development degree or anything like that, or did you just? Because what are you're developing this in? Are you developing this in what engine are you using?
Unity, the 2020 branch sort of thing. So it's the latest one, but yeah, but no, I haven't actually done any sort of game courses. I did like an IT course way back at school, but honestly, ever since I pretty much got my hands on a computer, I've just loved making things. And like I started off at websites and then moved on to like servers and stuff like that, and just always loved making things. And
yeah, because I know that you have like a lot of ability these days in game development to be able to find out and gather a lot of information on stuff as well. So
for sure,
yeah, which kind of makes it easy. I know when I did my game development degree, I probably spent 60% of, especially when I was doing my final project over 3 months, which was building a game. I reckon I spent 60%, 70% of that time learning how to do stuff. So
yeah, definitely the learning is a big part, and that it does make it sort of hard with sort of how I've gone with the route that I've gone with Scrapping Simulator, because it's I sort of put things in, and then 5 months down the track, it's like, oh, well, I can do this a whole better way, and have to redesign it. But I suppose that's all in the learning, and
in. And is that when they're bringing is that when they're bringing updates out in so when they're bringing updates out in the game engine itself, or?
Oh, that too, but yeah, just myself in learning, like learning better, more efficient ways of coding things in, that sort of thing.
Yep. Okay. So you're basically learning. You're self-taught in regards to learning coding, because Unity is a very it's a very code-based. As opposed to, say, Unreal Engine, where you do have a visual coding system that you can sort of that's really weird, that like you have a visual coding system in Unreal Engine, so that you're not sitting there using C++ all the time and trying to sort of code everything from scratch. And Unity's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, there is plugins with Unity. I think it's called Playmaker or something like that. That's a visual scripting thing, but I've just kept it pretty much the full manual way, so I've manually coded everything.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, which is which is pretty crazy for me, because I've tried to learn coding a few times, and I just can't get my head around it. But when I was coding in Unreal Engine, it was a whole lot easier, because I understand the ifs, thens, I understand all of that stuff, but I don't understand the actual coding around it, if you understand what I mean. So so I kind of admire anybody who is using Unity as a game engine to develop their games. So Kel wants to know. Kel's got a question there for you.
Will experience increase gameplay, i.e. better tools or more scrap? Do you mean like the leveling system and experience that way?
And we will suffer a little bit of delay, so you'll have to get used to to the delay because
Yeah, no worries.
yeah, because it can be a little bit stressful. Let's see. This component requires you. Yes, he does. There we go.
Oh, right. Yep. So I did take out the leveling system in 0.27 as I just sort of didn't like the idea of having something completely unfinished in the game, and it would need a lot of work. But certainly, I do wish to have things like perk system. So each level up, you'll get a skill point, and then you can spend that skill point on a perk, and that perk may be you disassemble 10% faster or something like that, and you get better prices at the scrapyard, just things like that.
And that kind of makes sense in a sense from an early development point of view, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant says, "Hi, good morning, Mama. How you doing? The delay doesn't seem quite as long today. That is awesome. That is awesome. G'day, Ash. Ryan, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. So we've got the developer of Scrapping Simulator here today, Ash, and he's answering any questions and stuff in regards to the development of the game and his plans on it. So, and we also have a giveaway as well coming up. So, which is pretty cool. Now, how often are you actually like how many hours a day do you reckon you're spending on developing this game?
At the moment, I've still got to sort of set myself I want to try to do like a work day, so sort of no more than 10 hours a day at least. But at the moment, I am sort of doing, it can be anywhere from 8 hours up to 16 hours if I'm really getting into it. So, but yeah, it literally is full time pretty much. So
that's actually pretty crazy spending that many hours on it. But I know what that's like. I know what that's like. And do you find that you're looking for opportunities just to have a break and stuff at times? Because it does get pretty, it can get pretty stressful doing stuff like this, can't it?
Oh, yeah, certainly. But sometimes even my brother will come on Discord or something, and we'll just spend a couple of hours having a game or something after I've finished working on mine. So yeah, it always gives me a break and time to relax and all that. And
awesome.
Yeah, sometimes I just sit back and talk to the community. So yeah, I think I do sort of give myself good breaks, but just the big long days is what sort of buggers me, I think. So
yeah, it's one of those things that you got to control and stuff, and you got to try and because you pumping out so many updates and stuff, and you have been pumping out so many updates that it seems to me like you'd be working on it like 23 hours of a 24-hour day, the way that the updates have been pumping out. So do you have a plan to slow those down a little bit, maybe?
Certainly, yeah. As I was saying before, I wanted to try to keep it to no more than 10 hours a day at least, and then sort of withhold releasing updates and excuse me, until like a monthly basis. And I think that'll bring a lot more content to the players when, rather than just small updates coming every 3 to 5 days, then it's sort of like one good big update.
Yep, yeah, that's understandable. I know that when you do an update, it's part of game development, isn't it? You throw out a major update, and then you've all of a sudden got to scramble a little bit to try and repair bugs, because every time you might change something, then it might highlight a bug that wasn't in the game but is now as a result of something that you've just coded into it. So you'd have a bit of time scrambling. Sort of sorting out those updates to bugs and bug fixes as well after a major update, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I did do just before was 27.3. That one I pretty much had attempted to fix all the inner components and their animations and added like the small, medium, and large screws. Rather than just having one screw at 20 grams, we've got 3 different screws now.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And,
Yep.
yeah, but doing that, it seemed to cause some problems with the animations. So that's what this point 2, point 4 update was about, was just fixing some of those buggy animations.
Are you running a? And I haven't checked, and I probably should have checked to research this. By the way, Ash Ryan, I hope you are well. I hope you are well. G'day, Hater Killer. Welcome, and good morning to you as well. Thank you for posting that link, Christina. Just one thing, Cal wants to know how often you try to push an update out, and when do you think it might be finished? So, in regards to a timeline, I mean, if we're at 0.27, you're probably a considerable away from finishing the project at the moment, but yeah, that's probably a good question. How often do you try to push an update out, and when do you think it might be finished or almost complete?
Yeah, that is a good question, Carl. As I was saying, I would like to change from sort of about a weekly update sort of regime to a monthly update. And so that'll make updates a lot bigger and a lot more polished in a sense, what I'm hoping. So, but in the scope of finishing, I'm really not too sure, because there's one major thing I would like to do to the game, and a lot of community members also would like, is a open world map. And I know that in itself will take a large portion of time. So, which I will announce sort of that I have been working on an open world map, but it's very far from finished, and I'm just sort of working everything else into the game as well.
Awesome.
So I'm thinking maybe 2 years to answer your question, like just as a very, very rough number. It may be an early development from early access, for another 2 years.
So 2 years for early access, and when did you release into early access?
It was just a day before New Year's. So I think it was the 29th of December, I think.
Must have been a big day for you. A big nervous day.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not really, like, in a sense, that's not actually really that long for an early access. When you have a look at some of the early access games that are out, that have been out for, some have been out for, I'm playing some games that have been out for 5 or 6 years in early access. So, and that's with a team of developers as well, which is pretty crazy. So,
yeah.
Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Sorry, I wasn't ignoring you. I was just engaged in conversation and looking for the right opportunity. I'm glad that you have some good conversation to listen to, Ash. That is awesome, mate. That is awesome. There we go. All right, Cal again. Cal, you're full of questions. Perfect. Will you just stay with the house as a workshop, or would you like to see a player be able to move into a bigger warehouse or factory and be able to do things in a much larger scale?
Yeah, another good question. Certainly, there has been a couple of suggestions on that also, of sort of like you start, I'm just thinking rough scale, but like you're starting in your parents' house and you've got to sort of earn yourself enough money, and then you can buy your own workshop, and then that would be where the sort of big stuff starts happening, where you can do fridges and dishwashers, washing machines, like big stuff like that, as well as like mobile phones and other small things as well.
Sweet, that's actually pretty good. That whole part of the enjoyment of some games similar to this is the is the whole management side of it, and sort of, you know, building up your finances and you know, increasing your space and stuff like that. So it'd probably be a really good addition, actually, wouldn't it? Be awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Look, I'm pulling apart my first microwave. What have we got? We've got a fair bit of waste, and iron and stuff already, haven't we? Which is pretty cool. 15 grams of gold. So you used to do scrapping? Did you used to do scrapping?
Yes, I did. I did it for maybe six months or something around there, and honestly, I loved it. Like, it kept me busy, and yeah, I'd just go around my town and pick up people's e-waste, because it was where we were at the time. You had to pay to get rid of it, and so yeah, I just went, did free pickups to people, and just scrapped it all myself. And I've still got buckets in the shed of copper and aluminium. I cannot say it. And yeah, I loved it, and yeah, I'd pretty much, it was sort of like a money loss in a sense. Like, I'd try and sell the scrap metal to a local scrap buyer, but they also had to travel a very large distance to sell off their scrap. So in turn, it wasn't very profitable, and yeah, I ended up losing quite a bit of money on fuel and all that. So in the end, I wanted to make a game that sort of didn't punish the player in cash wise. So yeah, and that was pretty much where the idea came from.
And it doesn't punish people in that way either, does it? So let's see. No. We need to sell some scrap off. So where's the best place to sell it? Is it still over at the scrapyard there?
It is, yeah.
Yep. Beautiful. How you going, Tony? Welcome. So have you thought of, there we go. This is a question that actually comes up in a lot of games and stuff. Have you thought of multiplayer? Cal wants to know.
It has come up multiple times, but I really don't think it would be, just wouldn't really suit it, if that makes sense. Like, it would be an awesome feature, and as I said, I love playing games with my brother, and especially multiplayer games that we can play together. And yeah, but I really can't visualize how I could set it up for multiplayer.
Yeah, it would be one of those sort of hard things, wouldn't it? Unless it was a, you know, you had the ability to have a group of friends come in and all work in the one business, I guess. One person out collecting scrap, one person melting stuff down, one person pulling stuff apart and stuff. So
yeah.
You have a recycling tax on buying new electronic devices, do you, Kane? There you go. That's interesting. That's interesting, because there are a couple of people in the community who also do a bit of scrapping and stuff as well. So,
awesome, yeah.
In real life, I mean, so some people posted some photos on my Discord and stuff of some of the stuff that they'd done as well, which is pretty cool. So,
yeah, I think I did see that.
What do we got? So I'm just going to sell stuff off at the moment, just purely because we need to pay that electricity bill that just came in for $80. $80. There we go. We've got $215.
Lights on, did you?
I did leave the lights on. I'm gonna have to go back to being tight and turn the lights off. Now, there's really no point in us picking up this junk, is there? These plastic bottles and stuff. No.
I really do want to work on in the future the waste management facility. I know that's been on the back burner for a long time now, but just some sort of factory that you can process your waste and you get a little bit of raw materials from it, but you pay a fee to do so, and at least something that gives you a little bit more back rather than having to pour all your money into it to get rid of it, sort of thing.
Like a plastic recycling center or something. See you later,
Yeah,
Cal.
and
Thank you very much. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the questions as well. Delivery complete. Our microwave's been delivered. Sorry, I cut you off there, mate.
no problem. No. I lost where I was.
We were talking about plastic recycling facilities and stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the bottles, I would like it that you actually collect the bottles, like the DVD player itself, and then you can trade those bottles in for $10 each, like it is. Sorry, not $10 each, 10 cents each, like it is here in Australia. I think it's for like Western Australia and South Australia have those sort of things going.
We do. You don't have those in Victoria, do you? For everybody,
No.
for everybody that's watching, Fury is in regional Victoria, so there you go. Yeah, you don't have that. Western Australia and South Australia definitely do. So we've got a 10-cent return on plastic and aluminium cans and glass bottles as well. So there you go. That would be that would actually be a really, really good system. I could see myself in this game walking down there with a whole pile of garbage bags full of plastic bottles and getting 10 cents each for them. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you could make, Christina said, maybe you could make the trash cans around town so that you could throw the trash in.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Christina.
And then you could probably, yeah.
Sorry, no, go on.
I was going to say, and then you could also probably get, maybe get some sort of reward for that. Maybe not necessarily a cash reward, or I mean, that might be a 10-cent recycling. It is a good idea.
Yeah. I was thinking with the trash cans, that e-waste spawns around trash cans, so it's not like scattered across the streets like it is now. I would like the e-waste to come around the trash cans, and then I was thinking if you liked, you could look in the trash can, and then that would pop out the locks and the bottles and cans and things like that.
Yeah, you see, that sounds pretty cool as well. And you've got some of the big dumpster bins in here as well, haven't you? So
yeah.
It could also be a possibility. There we go. I should be taking that out with my hand. There we go. Perfect. It is, and it's it's actually pretty, like, I find games like this rather relaxing and stuff, and I like the balance between managing your money and managing stuff, but being able to being able to like pull this stuff. Oh, I've got to turn my light off. I have to turn my light off. I'm getting ripped off here. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Yeah, and stuff like this is really relaxing. But you've got a whole area over there with like an auto repair shop and a barber shop and stuff like that. Are there any plans for that? For that type of stuff?
Not necessarily. That's mainly because of the open world map. I'm just sort of trying to hold off on putting too much effort into this one, just so I can have a really nice open world one, if that makes sense.
Yep, it does. It does. Have you thought about the possibility of some sort of competition in regards to, you've got one pawn shop, maybe two pawn shops, one over the other side of town? Something like that allows you to, or gives you the opportunity to be able to hunt for the best prices on your waste that you like your ingots and all that type of stuff. Or
yeah, but that'd be a really cool idea. Especially with the open world, I am sort of thinking of having a town, and so a residential sort of town, and you would be established on the outskirts of town, and within the town there'd be maybe the hardware store, or just houses and e-waste and stuff like that, and then you would have to travel a little bit to get into the city, which would be the pawn shop and hardware store and sort of industrial things like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So you could maybe perhaps get yourself or have a vehicle or something. Is that the plan, to have a vehicle?
That, yeah, vehicles will certainly have to be brought in before or at the time of the big map coming open, because I'm thinking of maybe like 3 by 3 kilometers. So
which is fair size, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a decent size. So, but yeah, just I definitely do need some skills on the terrain building side of things. So yeah, it could be still some time away. So
yeah, okay. It would be a little bit harder building that stuff in Unity as well. At least I think it probably would, most definitely.
Yeah, I'm definitely struggling with it. It's like just little things that I struggle with is when I try and put grass down. It's like very spread out. It's not like neatly put together. So it's like trying to get the resolutions and all that right.
Yep.
So yeah, just all the settings and little fiddly stuff. That's where I seem to struggle.
Because it's certainly not quite as visual, is it, in Unity? I did check that, Kane. Douglas is asking if anyone else is having the issue where the metals won't melt until you raise the furnace temperature beyond the melting point.
I'm not sure. That was a very old issue. That was certainly fixed many updates ago. Unless it's something very recent.
Because I remember that. I remember that was an issue last time we streamed this, wasn't it? We were having that issue as well. So.
Yeah, I believe it was when you did the furnace guide. There was quite a few bugs with it then, but I think it was after you did that I did a big overhaul on the furnace.
Yeah, I think it wasn't long after that, was it?
Yeah.
Look, there's some stuff down here. There's some stuff. The flags up means mail. I don't think the mailbox is animated. When there's mail, you get a round circle over the top of it. A floating round circle to indicate that you actually have mail. I'm correct in that, aren't I?
Yes. A copper coin is what. Yeah.
Copper coin.
With a question mark on it.
That's Simi being old. That is Simi being old. All right, there you go. I've got that. I've just realised I've got that member goal. I've got that member goal thing sitting right over the top of. Right over the top of our money. I'm just going to relocate that over to here, right there. That should be okay. Don't forget, everybody, if you're interested and you're not a member of the channel, you can certainly do that. We have three tiers of membership on our YouTube channel, and at the moment, YouTube is giving its creators 100% of any. Oh, look, there's a little secret spot down here. 100% of any membership fees that are any members that join on the YouTube channel. The content creators are getting 100% of that, which is really cool. All right, we've got another microwave here, so we've got to continue to make as much money as we can before our next electricity bill comes in. I find that I'm really stressed in this about the electricity bill coming in. Strangely enough, I don't know why. I don't know why.
You can press L to bring up your flashlight, and that's free. So.
There you go. I think everybody can see what I'm doing on screen anyway.
Yeah.
But you see, there's something that I didn't know. L. That is something that I didn't know. Can you do? Look at that. See? Look at that. It pays to have somebody who knows what they're talking about. To tell you about it. Well, I'm glad that you know what you're talking about anyway. I'm glad that you know what you're talking about. When do you think the next major update is going to come to fruition?
I'm hoping quite soon. I've got a couple of ideas in plan, and I will announce them. It's excuse me. With the tools, I'd like to do a big change on the tools and the way they work. My brother actually did a really good suggestion of making the tools follow the mouse. And so I'm thinking when you say push 3 or something to pick up the pliers, it transitions towards the mouse, so it's following where you intend to, the object you intend to pull off.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and like when you once you click it, it sort of attaches itself to, say, the screwdriver attaches itself to the screw, and physically takes the screw out, and just visual aesthetic like that. And there was I would like to also add a trolley, which would be the ability to transport up to 4 e-waste items at a time, or it can carry 2 raw material storage buckets at a time, and so that's just a way to transport multiple things at once.
Oh, yeah, that'd make a bit of sense, wouldn't it? So
yeah,
it also assist with the whole process as well.
Yeah, certainly, and it's just one step closer to adding vehicles and stuff to the game as well. It'd be a very similar sort of thing. So,
you see, for people who don't necessarily understand the process of coding and the process of game developing, even just to add the animation for the screwdriver and the pliers and stuff following the mouse and actually interacting with the items that it's pulling out is a considerable amount of work, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and it can be quite intensive because it has to be, if you're running at 60 frames per second, that tool is being moved 60 times per second toward the mouse position. So if done incorrectly, it can make things very laggy. So yeah, definitely a lot of thought and planning has to go into even such a small change like that. So yeah.
Where are we? Deliveries? No, got no deliveries now. Microwave collect. I think we're waiting on the delivery of a PC as well. There we go. That's awesome. Let's see. What am I doing? Browser. Let's go home. Metal trades. You can sell ingots here by dropping them back to home. Whereabouts is the oh, there's your stats. Was the stats in it last time? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, stats has been in since day one.
Yeah, it just shows me how useless I am.
No, it is hidden away a bit on the computer. Not a lot of people seem to look at it. I just think it's a good bit of extra information.
It is a good bit of extra information as well. I'm just trying to remember where, and you'll have to excuse me for being such an idiot, but where I know you buy stuff at the stores themselves now, don't you?
At the pawn shop now, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. That's why I was looking for that, and it wasn't there. There we go. We've got that. Got another microwave to pull apart. Actually, this free flashlight is actually pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. There we go. Delivery complete for a PC as well. We'll have to see how many PCs that I get with full hard drives or servers with full hard drives and stuff in them. Because I got a few of those last time. You were pretty surprised about my luck.
Yeah. I would really like to add an achievement for that as well, because this most recent update, I just made the servers completely randomized as well, so they now match the PC as well with its randomization. And cool. I really haven't dived much into the math side of it, but it is a very, very rare chance that you do get a full PC. So I'm thinking of adding like a hidden achievement in Steam, that if you scrap a full PC and another achievement for the server, in the same.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You should add a as part of that achievement in game. You should add a some sort of thing that comes up on screen to celebrate the fact that you've done that and that it is an achievement. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just something that could just all of a sudden just freak somebody out who's sitting here concentrating on taking a cover off a piece of electronics, and then all of a sudden it's bang, it's in your face. Yay, you've done this, you found a server. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be very, very cool. Now, you did post on something on Discord, on your Discord channel, in regards to the fact that that you might be interested in looking for somebody who would be willing to donate a bit of time, being a little bit of a community manager, which will give you a little bit more time to concentrate on developing and stuff. Is that, am I right, or am I remembering that wrong?
No, that is right. It was more for the future though. Like at the moment, I think I'm sort of more than capable of handling. But I think if things really picked up, sort of thing, I don't know how I'd go really. And yeah, I know a lot of other things need work as well. Like I need to update the Steam page and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff in the back end that's got to happen as well. And
Yeah.
But no, Viperfire has actually stood up and offered to donate some of his time to help out new players and stuff like that. So I couldn't be more appreciative of that.
Awesome. That's good. It's good, and that's part of. I think. G'day, John. How you doing? Hello. Douglas is from the US, and he says it's aluminum. I'm guessing you're saying aluminum in your head there, Douglas, but it's aluminium. I'm going to have to fight you on that one. It's aluminium. No new emails. Nope. Just checking on the emails and checking on the deliveries. We'll collect that one as well. I'm good. How are you, John? Have you got any questions for Fury Fighter tonight? All right. There we go. I'll throw that one in as well. So how do you ascertain a full server? Like this is pretty good.
Yeah, I think did you take the lid off that one?
No, I didn't take the lid off, so it's missing the lid. Damn
just it. The lid. Oh, so close.
So close. So close. I was hoping for a pop-up of some sort. As you move in, are you from a marketing perspective, in regards to marketing the game and getting it out there? You've got your Discord, you've got obviously your Steam page and stuff like that. Have you thrown this in into any of the Steam sales that have come up or anything like that? Because I don't think you don't have a demo, do you?
I do have a demo, but it is quite old. It was maybe 2 years ago, I think. It was just sort of like a prototype that I'd thrown out, and a lot of my family members liked it, so I just threw out a demo on itch, which is still available, free to play. And
it's on itch.io.
Yeah, yep. And yeah, that's I didn't really get much of a response on itch. It got quite a few plays, but just not much response really. And still, I just really love the idea of it, so I just kept going through and thought, no, well, I think it's at a stage where I could put it on Steam and grow a good community. So
it is a bit of a process to get an early access game on Steam these days, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Certainly in comparison to what it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. They do have quite a few steps in place now to stop like a lot of the just copy and paste game sort of things.
Yeah, which I think is something that started to kill that. G'day, honey. It's about time you came back. There we go. Bullfrog, Captain Bullfrog says to make sure that you add more power lines and street lights. So
Okay, we'll do.
The Cap is a bit of a he's a bit of a power line freak there. So and he'd probably be really happy if you added a moose just standing in the street, despite the fact that this probably isn't set somewhere where there would be a moose standing in the street. But that's Captain Bullfrog for you. The old Cap. All right, there we go. John's about to take a 5-hour ride to go camping. Well, it's all right for some people, isn't it? Hey, to be able to go camping. That's pretty nice. Are you going somewhere special? Are you camping or are you glamping, John? That's the question. Camping or glamping? All right, there you go. So I was very, very close to getting myself a full server there. Very, very close. So this is all just basically an algorithm, isn't it? When it comes to what you get when you have something delivered, is that correct?
Yeah. The way I've got it working now is it's a rarity value of 0 to 100, and say if that value is 25, there's a number that's generated between 0 and 100, and if it's equal to or less than that 25, for example, it'll enable the object. If not, it'll turn it off.
Oh, okay, cool. That's
so yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say that's pretty hard stuff to. It's pretty hard stuff for somebody like me to work out in my head, anyway.
Yeah. Very much the same for me too. It's a lot of maths and stuff goes into definitely random generation stuff. So
I think once you've kind of done that a little bit, it's like trying to work out how to code a D&D game with dice rolls and stuff like that. But once you kind of get your head around it a bit, it's probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, certainly.
You're going to a race with your dad, and when you said you'd go, they said you'd be staying in a hotel. There you go. That makes it easier. I want to sit down here and just enjoy the serenity. Oh, look, not a lot of you people who get this, but if I was to stand here and look out there and say, "How's the serenity?" then I reckon there's not many people on here who'd understand what I was talking about. All right, we're going to sell some of this stuff off as well. Here we go. Selling it all off to One Brow, who's just sitting here reading the paper. Kane's idea of camping is in a tent, not a mobile home with a fridge and stove and TV, just a tent with a campfire. How often do you do that, Kane? Unless you're in Australia, where everything out in the bush is trying to kill you. There we go. We'll sell that. We'll sell that. We'll sell that. And silver's a pretty good price as well. Toxic waste. Do we have any toxic waste? There we go. It's going to cost us $8 to get rid of toxic waste. Looks like you don't own the gold. There we go. You've got to do the gold refinery set. There you go.
Yeah, that's something I'm been struggling with, is trying to get rid of that price there and make it show either nil or 0. For some reason, it just keeps showing the price. So,
okay. For toxic waste, even though we don't have any toxic waste on us, I wouldn't have any, would I?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, because it's a byproduct, isn't it?
Yeah. When you do the chemical refining for the gold and soon silver.
Awesome, which is what I didn't get to that last time. Do you have any recommendations on which direction people are better off financially going? Can you go? Is there still when it comes to buying stuff? Is there still there was restrictions on what you could buy, so you had to buy one thing first, followed by the next, followed by the next, followed by the next part to say put your furnace and stuff together. And I'm pretty sure in the last one, and correct me if I'm wrong, you couldn't do the chemical table or anything until after you'd done the furnace. Is that right?
No, you could go either route with the chemical and or furnace, and it still is that way. You can completely ignore the furnace if you like and go straight for the chemical set.
Yep.
But the catch with that is the furnace set is a lot cheaper, and then that is used to make quite a bit of revenue. So then that can make you up to the chemical set a lot quicker. Whereas if you just stick to selling your raw materials, it will take you quite a bit of time to get up to the expensive chemical set.
Yeah, okay. So doing the ingots for iron and stuff like that is a far better and the amount of iron and stuff that you actually accumulate when you're doing this is a whole lot more than gold and silver as well, isn't it? So it's probably a better stepping stone. There you go. You had it straight from the developer. Serenity like a bonny dune. Like a bonny dune, Ash. Poor old Honeysuckle's getting sucked in with phone calls. Phone calls. Are they phone calls from is that work phone calls, honey? I'm not for a stream he was really looking forward to. You haven't been able to watch hardly any of it yet. I know we're disgusted. We are all disgusted. And poor old Fury is heartbroken that you're not here, honey. That you're too busy doing silly work stuff. There we go. All right. One was a work call on Discord. The second was your husband. Still probably not an excuse though, is it? You should be ignoring your husband when a Simi streams on. All right, where are we? There. Let's see. What do we want to take out now? We want to take these out. There we go. It'd certainly be interesting because I mean you've obviously made a lot of assets for this. You've had to make a lot of assets for that as well. But there is also a bit of there also is some assets that are they part of an asset store or something that you've used in here in regards to characters, the poly characters and some of the buildings and stuff, is it, and some of the vehicles, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've used a lot of Cinti Studios. They're very popular for their low poly things. For things like the tools, I believe that's from one of their packs, and the houses, the cars, the characters, and the roads, the streets, and all that sort of thing. And pretty much everything I've made is like the entire furnace set. All the e-waste objects, and the chemical set as well. And yeah, most of the rest of it is honestly board assets.
So it's one of the things that it's one of the things that I'm like that got me so excited about gaming over the last maybe, would you say maybe 4-5 years or something, is the whole I know with Unreal Engine and stuff like that as well, you know, and the Unreal Store for developers and stuff, where you can purchase these asset packs and stuff. And what it's done is it's given single developers like yourself the opportunity to be able to create stuff like this without the you know, sometimes 6, 7, 8, 12 months worth of asset development just in some of the buildings and stuff alone, and it's given you the opportunity to do this. And I think that with the gaming industry, what it is, and the fact that indie gaming is becoming such an amazing thing, and we're getting single developers like yourself come out, and you're using these assets and stuff, but you're working furiously, there you go, Fury, on the back end and the coding and the whole basis of the game, and getting something out that you know, some developers who are in teams of 10 and 12 probably can't do very well. And the whole fact that you can go and get these assets and you can purchase them and use them in your game is it's a massive leap forward for game development, for indie game development, isn't it? I mean, if I seen a AAA studio, which had never happened, but if I seen a AAA studio head out there and start purchasing asset packs from Unreal Store and from other developers and stuff, and sort of, I mean, what do they call it, asset flipping or something? But asset flipping's a little bit different, but it's not quite the whole idea of purchasing asset packs. But it's certainly it's given the opportunity for gamers to be able to experience an entirely different genre. Not genre, but an entirely different gaming experience, hasn't it? Because it's allowed people like yourself to be able to do stuff like this.
It has, yeah. And as you said, if I were to do all the modeling for this, honestly, the game probably wouldn't exist, because modeling is one thing that I'm still quite on the novice level of, but it has helped so much, and it creates another market for people to sell their assets and stuff like that. So no, I think it really is a good idea.
It is, and I mean, everybody has sort of different skills. I mean, my skills in game development are a lot stronger in modeling, in my 3D modeling, my texturing, and all that sort of more artistic side of it. Whereas when it comes to programming and stuff, I'm pretty well useless. So
right.
I know for a fact that if I was to develop a new game, which I've been considering doing, if I was to develop a new game in Unreal Engine, then there would be a lot of the coding side of it that I can actually purchase, that allows me to tweak, and I understand the whole tweaking of some of that stuff and some of those coding systems. But so I would be on the opposite side of you. I would be, purchasing coding packs as part of my development in my game, and spending more time doing the creating the 3D assets and stuff. But you can do it either way, and I think that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing that we can do that now.
It is, yeah. And it pretty much, it's what made Scrapping Simulator come to fruition. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it is. Honeysuckle wanted to know if there is a day and night cycle in this now.
There is, only in sort of testing form. It's not active at the moment. It's but yeah, there is a day and night cycle that will be coming in the near future, as well as having to sleep and a general store as well to get food and drink to stay hydrated and keep your energy up and that sort of thing. So there is a lot more that I would like to bring to the game. It's just sort of working out a good time frame for when it's right to do so.
And again, an entirely new set of programming requirements and stuff like that. So it's quite large.
Exactly, yeah.
That's all right, Douglas. No worries. That's what we're here for tonight, is to answer those questions. So John as well has he's asked a question. He's mentioned that he could never get iron to melt last time and stuff, but and hasn't played for a while. It had always seemed like one of those questions that people were continually asking, like there was some type of confusion towards setting up the furnaces and all that type of stuff. And I know that if I didn't have you on board when we streamed this last time, I probably would have been confused setting up the whole furnace myself as well. Maybe for everybody who's watching at the moment, and for those people who have mentioned it, as well as anybody who's going to watch this in the future, because it will be up on my YouTube channel, straight from your mouth, can you give an easy guide an easy verbal guide, an understandable verbal guide to the step-by-step process of doing that, or do we really need to like visually show that? Is it something that you can actually just give a because I know that you did have problems with temperatures and stuff like that for melting points and stuff, but you have repaired all of those and they've been fixed now, so
they should be, yeah. And there is constantly changes happening with the furnace thing, with the furnace side of things, but at the moment it should be 100% functional. And what I did to fix that melting issue was I made the furnace go up one extra degree. So if you're melting aluminium, it would go to 701 degrees, because it was a very, very fine line that the furnace and the crucible met their exact number, so I had to give it a little bit of leeway. So yeah, now it should work 100% of the time.
So to answer that, John, then there was a percentage that you would set. Yeah, I think there was a percentage that you would set the gas to. Would depending on what type of metal you were doing, you had to set the correct the correct gas percentage to get to the right heat. So what you were saying in regards to the temperature, go up really fast and then just stop, that would be based on your gas settings and the percentage of gas that you were using for burning. So
yes, it was. So 25% is for melting aluminium, which is 700 degrees, and it goes up to 1800 degrees all the way up at 100%, which is for melting iron. And at the moment, that is sort of like a money loss. I think at the moment you might break even with the amount of gas that you use compared to making an iron ingot. But to counter that, I've wanted to make it so you have to melt aluminium, copper, brass twice to fully refine them and get all the impurities out, whereas iron will only be a one-time melt, and that's to sort of compensate for that high gas usage being up at the high temperatures.
Yeah, and it's also iron's also it's known as a dirty metal as well. Hey, going North Hill, farmer. I'm just gonna say, like I always read you. How you going, farmer? Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. That was a beautiful selfie that you took and posted on Discord, mate. Standing up in one of your hanging off one of your towers. In your harness and stuff. I would have to agree, Kane. Code is very, very hard to learn. I would never be able to do that. And yes, you're probably setting the wrong percentage, John. Honeysuckle said, Fury, that it would be really good to have an in-game tutorial for setting it up. And I agree. And when I was looking at this computer screen here, I was thinking that if you had a tutorials folder sitting on the desktop of this computer with some images of sort of step-by-step setting up for a furnace would be absolutely awesome. A document that maybe told you what gas percentage you required to melt different metals and all of that type of stuff, and that could actually be integrated for like an immersion thing. It could be something that could be integrated simply by having having those documents accessible on your Windows 7, which probably runs so much better than Windows, I must say. But, that type of, just something that's sort of really simple there, but it's a tutorial. It's a visual one because not everybody's, like visual is a global communication for anybody, no matter what language they speak and stuff.
Yes,
and as well as having those percentages for melting iron, the percentage for melting aluminium and stuff like that. So.
Sorry to cut you off. There
That's
is
right.
the index guide, which I did add on 0.27, and it is all text-based, but I do like the idea of having photos and making it a lot more visual and understanding.
And maybe even just throwing it on the desktop of the Windows 7 so that people can just refer to it if they wanted to.
Yeah, if you...
or a poster on the wall. A poster on the wall up here somewhere, or on the pin board, or,
Yeah, oh, certainly. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Have you seen the index guide that's currently on the computer now?
I will go and check it out right now. General controls, PC, your purpose. So the index guide is basically a tutorial there, which runs you through everything. E-waste junk. Select the button from above, because it's a the broad reach on Steam these days. You might get somebody who I don't know. I don't think you have any sort of translations or anything on this at this point in time, but you probably will do that in the future. I'm guessing once this becomes really successful, which it will become really successful. It will definitely become really successful. But
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I think if you, on that left panel, if you scroll down, there should be a furnace and chemical.
Yep, the furnace is used to melt raw. Yep, you're then left with a molten mass of metal that can be cast into a mold to create an ingot. There's 4 total ingot molds that you can have operational at a time, okay, which can be purchased from the hardware store. Operating, there we go. To operate the furnace, you'll need all of the furnace objects: furnace kit, crucible, at least 1 ingot mold, and a gas bottle, which are purchased from the hardware store. Once you have all of the required objects, you will now be able to start melting ingots. You'll need at least 1,200 grams or 1.2 kilos, because 0.2 kilos of it is waste, isn't it? Basically,
it is. Yeah.
Yep. Ah, look, Christina just got everybody coffee. We are going to take a little bit of a break in a minute as well, and it's funny. I was telling Fury before we started the stream that I always had a rule when I was streaming that I would have a break every hour, and at times now I get really distracted, and it can be an hour and a half or something before we take a break, but. Let's see. So it's all sitting there. I don't know. Maybe like a visual poster up on the wall or something as part of decoration. Is it easy to throw a poster on the wall? It's just a graphics projection, isn't it? So
yeah, and I've recently pretty much worked out how to do that. Like quite optimized with almost identical to how your the border, billboard is over the way.
Let me just show you all my billboard again. Check this out, guys. Check this out. It's the first time ever I've made it as a YouTuber now. I've made it as a YouTuber. My logo and name is on a billboard in a game. How awesome is that? One-stop shop for entertainment. Oh, there we go. We should save this too. See, I'm notorious for not saving a game. Does this have an autosave on it?
No, it doesn't.
No. In the Unreal Engine, that is called to do something like that, or to do to say put a bit of graffiti on the wall and stuff. It's actually projected on there. Is it similar in this in Unity?
There is, I would guess so. I haven't worked too much with them. I think they're classed as like detail sort of things, just a 2D flat image. Whereas the way I've been doing it is pretty much just adding a material, which is a texture,
yep.
Straight to a flat face.
Yeah, which makes sense, just to a plane.
Yeah, yep.
Definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. All right, there we go. Look at that. Just churning out the money while we're chatting. That is pretty awesome and nice, isn't it, John and Honeysuckle? That is it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it so much, Fury.
Yeah, no worries at all.
There we go. Fellow Victoria. I am a fellow Victorian, so there you go. I'm all right, that's that. Take those screws out as well. As soon as I've done this microwave, I think we're going to have a little break. Yeah, that's one of the things that I liked about House Flipper as well, Kane, was the fact that you could actually upload your own images and stuff. Hokey Hoki actually uploaded a whole pile of pictures of her artwork and stuff in that, and had that hanging on her in her house designs and stuff as well, which is pretty cool. So, coffee and a stretch break coming soon. Exactly as soon as we've done this one. So I would suggest to everybody that you get your questions, get all your questions listed for what you wanted to ask Fury and stuff. When we come back from the break, when I come back from a quick 5-minute break, we are going to start running the raffle. So, is there any new appliances added that we can break? Says John.
Not at the moment. The most recent one was the server, but I am holding off on new full objects until I get all the inner objects sorted. Like there's a handful of more inner objects like motors and things like that I would like to add in, rather than being as basic as it is now. I'd like to go into a bit more detail with that. And then that can translate onto the new objects, so I don't have, say, 30 different e-waste objects that then I've got to add all these new items to. They can just be there waiting, ready to be added when I create the object. So that's the plan for that.
And I don't think you were on, John, when Fury was talking about some of the future stuff that he does have planned in regards to e-waste. You were mentioning, mobile phones, washing machines as a possibility at some point in time and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, certainly, yeah. So that would be pretty awesome. But we are going to quickly take a break, guys. Hang on a sec. We've got another question, so we can't because it's from Farmer. So, are there plans to add new scrap items to disassemble large items like fridges and motors? I think I might have just answered that. There might have been a bit of delay there. But, Fury was saying that yes, but I'll let you answer that again, Fury, if you want, for Farmer. Yeah, no worries at all. There is, certainly plans. Just from ones that I've got listed, I'd like to add like a fridge, dishwasher, washing machine, dryer, like air conditioners, if I could like get into that depth. And that's sort of like for the big items, and then as small as routers, modems, mobile phones, radios. Like the list really is endless that I could add. And to answer Tony's question as well, certainly I would really love to add wires into the game, and that you actually have to strip those wires. That would be a really cool thing to have, I reckon. That would be. Does that mean that if you're adding things like mobile phones and stuff, that you might have to also look at? I mean, we were talking about waste and plastic waste, and the ability to redeem 10 cents a bottle for that. Does that mean that if we're looking at if you're looking into mobile phones and stuff, that you might need to look into the possibility of battery recycling and stuff as well, which would be a big part of e-waste at the moment these days, wouldn't it? It would, yeah, and in some senses it can be quite profitable with things like car batteries and stuff like that. They can go, upwards of $15 just in scrap value. So, $15 for a car battery, that's pretty cool. Yeah. That is very cool. I'm just gonna stop the screen right there. Stop the screen right there. All right, guys, we will be back in 5 minutes. Just going to go and have a quick break. So we're going to send you guys across to the cocktail lounge, and any other questions that you might have, make sure that you write them down or get them stuck in your head, and we will start the key giveaway, which will run for 30 minutes as per usual. We'll start the raffle after we come back from the break. So if you want your chance to win a copy then definitely add into that. If you already have a copy and you would like to give a copy to a friend, then I'm happy, and I'm pretty sure Fury would be happy for you to win another key that you can gift to a friend if you want. So keep that in mind as well, guys. But we will be back in a sec. I don't know whether that was a long 5 minutes or not. Might have been a long 5 minutes. What do we want? You might have too many questions. You can never have too many questions. Never have too many questions, honey. Defect Gaming says that's no problem. Here we go. All right, we're gonna hit those in a minute. We're gonna start the competition, and then we're gonna hit those in a minute as well. We'll hit all of those questions for you, honey. All of those questions for you. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the competition up. Let me see. Here we go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start the giveaway now. The giveaway is gonna run. You'll be able to put your raffle tickets in as per usual for 30 minutes before we actually do the draw the first giveaway. Anybody who is subscribed to the channel obviously gets an extra entry as well. So I'm not going to be happy with the bill. All right, so the giveaway should automatically start very, very soon, and I'm going to have to go and check my bill. Look, it's over here. There we go. There we go. A key to scrap. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. So all you need to do now, guys, is do exclamation mark raffle to be able to enter the competition for a key giveaway for the game. $29 is not too bad. That has been balanced. That has been balanced. Are you still on Fury or? Fury will be back in a sec, I think.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, there you are. Beautiful. Yeah, I was just saying that it has been balanced, the whole power bill anyway. That was only a $29 power bill, but that's all right. We're happy with that. So Honey's got some questions. She's got about 140. Kane's chat got disconnected as well. So I left the lights off. I did leave the lights off. I'm too tight. I'm too tight. All right. The billboard of Simi is basically an Easter egg. Are there any other Easter eggs in the game? Or for that matter, are you planning on any other Easter eggs in the game?
At the moment, there's plans for a few to be added. But besides yours, Simi, there is one at the pawn shop, which is for Viperfire. Pretty much because he was one of the very first few people that joined the Discord community, and since day one has been giving great suggestions, and again now has stood up to be somewhat of a community helper. So yeah,
Awesome.
and that's what I did to sort of show my appreciation for him. Just even though it's something little, the least I could do, really.
That's awesome. Which one's his Easter egg?
It's behind the van where the security camera is.
Okay. Around here, behind this van here, where the security camera is, which is, we walked straight past this, didn't we? There we go.
Yeah.
Check that out. There we go. I shouldn't be showing these, should I? I shouldn't be showing these.
No, it's fine. Viper has already seen it, so yeah, he was pretty stoked on it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see, what was I doing? I was looking for some stuff. Now, got some more questions from Honey, but I just had a quick question over here. Is it actually worthwhile purchasing any of this stuff? Like a server is $75, plus
It is.
is $35.
It is. Sorry. It is always profitable, but it's more like a last resort. Like if you've got nothing on the streets, and you just need sort of something to keep going. But yeah, they always do turn a profit.
Awesome. Okay, cool. The next question from Honeysuckle is: will there ever be boxes added to your work area that fill up with the items you're scrapping?
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Go.
I did want to touch on that. one of the next few things that will be coming to the game will be the ability to scrap the extra items. I'm not sure how to put it to words, but for example, if you excuse me, if you take out the PSU, the power supply from a PC, that gets put aside, and then when you finish the PC, you can then almost do the same thing with that power supply, and you start pulling the screws out of that, take the case off it, and dive into disassembling that. So, and the same with RAM, and yeah, you got to pull each individual chip off. I'm thinking of sort of going into that detail with it.
Okay, so you'd have to pull the chip off, then you'd have to separate the plastic, the metals, and all that type of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Tony seems to be his internet seems to be crashing. There you go. Don't forget you can put in hashtag raffle to enter to win a key. I think a lot of the people that are actually on at the moment already actually have the game, so there you go. What's the next question? Will the animation of the screwdriver pliers be added to each part you remove instead of just staying in place in your hand? That has been answered. That has been answered while you were rudely on the phone doing work and talking to your husband. Yes, that is a plan. Fury spoke about that earlier on. The fact that when you grab a screwdriver, when you go to do a part, then the screwdriver or the pliers will animate down to that part, pulling those parts off. So,
yep.
So there you go. That answers that one. Will you add traffic or other NPCs walking around? That's a good one too.
I have been thinking of adding traffic that sort of just goes past on the far side where you can't access, just for visual aesthetics. But yeah, I just don't know how I'd go with it, like colliding with the player and crashing into the player if you so happen to walk out in front of a car or something. So
you could certainly program a detection box that sits a couple of meters in front of the vehicle that detects the player and stops the car animation or something, couldn't you?
Right, yeah, stops it in its path, yeah. As well as NPCs, yes, that I would love to have that as well. I'm thinking there might be a plan more for the open world map, rather than the small one, but even just to get something basic into the game, that I could then work into the open world, yeah, I could definitely do.
It'd certainly it'd add a lot of life. Just those couple of simple things would add a lot of life to the world itself, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah, and I have worked on a project prior to this one where I was working with characters, AI walking around and their pathing and all that, so I think I could make something happen with it. So
AI can be a mess sometimes to work with as well.
It can, yeah.
Let's see, here we go. Honey's really pushing it now. Maybe a pet that will walk with you and run towards items you can pick up. It's almost like a hunting dog.
That's a really good idea.
That would be good. That would also be a very hard programming thing to do as well. So
it would, yeah. But no, very cool. No, nevertheless.
Let's see. What's her last question there? Will you add players' stats as hunger and exhaustion? Yes, that was also spoken about, and that is a possibility in the future as well, isn't it?
Yes, all but a health bar. I don't really want to implement anything of the player dying per se. More or less, you will have a food and thirst, and possibly like you have to go to the toilet. A nice way to say it. And possibly even take a shower to keep clean, that sort of thing. And there'll be a grocery store that would get added to buy food and drink and that sort of thing.
Could that also have a percentage stat on how fast you actually manage to do things and stuff as well? Like if you're overly hungry, it takes you longer to pull stuff apart because you're hungry. If you're dirty, you get lesser prices at the store when you're dealing with people, or you've got to pay more for product or anything like that. I mean, could that be balanced to have that type of effect on as part of a sort of an immersion thing, or would that be pushing
certainly, yeah. No, I reckon that'd be a really good idea. What I had planned was pretty. If anyone's familiar with Landlord Super, it's more or less based on energy, and if you run out of energy, then you just sort of fall asleep where you are, and you wake up back at your bed with some sort of penalty or something like that.
Yep.
But no, I really do like the idea of also, in a sense, having a reason to keep yourself clean and as well, well rested and well nourished and everything to get good prices and be at your sort of optimal pace, if you will.
All right, we've got a server here. We've got a server here with a lid on. So let's see what we've got when we open it up. Drum roll.
Best of luck.
Drum roll. Do we have some? Let's open this up first. Here we go. No. Oh, no. Let's see. 2, 3, 3 missing there. Damn it. I was hoping for a win. Let me see. What else have we got here? Are you still crashing, Tony? Are you still crashing? Let's see. It would be nice to store the gold, silver, copper into storage instead of carrying it. How do you mean, Kane? Like some sort of inventory system are you talking about, or? I did a few episodes of Landlord Super.
Oh right, yeah. I don't think I've seen those ones. I've watched a lot of your Dynasty ones. I've loved those ones.
Yeah, everybody seems to love those ones. It was quite a long time ago. Actually, Neri, one of the community members, actually gifted it to me on Steam, and and she's been begging me to do some more. So I probably will now that there's been a lot of updates on it and stuff as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, you can, honey. Yes, you can. You are quite welcome to enter the competition to win a key for a friend if you would like to. North Hill. It's just between this and ever since you changed your name, Farmer. Seriously, ever since you changed your name to North Hill Farm. Farmer was asking about fancy molds for the gold to make rings and pendants. You know, that would actually be pretty cool, where you could make and increase your profitability by doing stuff like that. So that's a question that he has. Will there be a possibility of something like that being part of the future as well?
Yeah, I honestly never thought of that, but no, it is a really good idea.
Yeah, I actually think that's a great idea as well. It gives you that. Durses, welcome, and good luck in the raffle as well. You're quite in the running at the moment because there's been 2 entries so far. So because most of the people who are watching already have it. Douglas, you obviously have a copy as well. Don't tell Bullfrog the power lines go underground. He'll be very, very disappointed with that. He loves his power lines. Yeah, that would actually be really cool to have the ability to. I mean, it adds another complete level to the game, though, doesn't it? Having the ability to make that type of stuff and to mold that type of stuff. But I'm guessing if you've already got the basis for the ingot molds and stuff like that in place, it wouldn't be too difficult to add, say, a ring mold or a pendant mold, would it?
No, not really. It would almost be the same process as how the ingots is now, but instead of making an ingot, it just makes the pendant or the ring or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and Farmer suggests that it could be something that could be sold at the pawn shop as well, which would be the place certainly to do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. There you go. So all of these ideas. Now your 16 hours a day of programming is now going to become, as I said, 23 hours of programming a day to get all of these ideas thrown in. Is there confirmation on entering the raffle? You weren't sure that it worked or not. Yeah, it should have really said that you got one ticket. Let me just double check that. It doesn't seem to be working. All right, what's going on? I'm glad that you brought that up. Because it doesn't seem to be working. But I am going to write everybody's names down that are putting in for it as well. Look, there we go. So it's raffle 1. Okay. Yeah. Honey would have got 2 tickets because she's a subscriber on my YouTube channel. There we go. Durses, could you do that again and just do raffle space 1, maybe? There we go. I just want to make sure that everybody gets in there as well. There we go. Yes, that's registered as well. Perfect. It's just it's delaying a little bit. I don't know why. It should really only be raffle, but okay, interesting. All right, beautiful. I'm sort of running a little bit. I think I just got another bill come in, another electricity bill. I think I heard a. My apologies about that, guys. So it's exclamation mark raffle space 1. That's not how it worked last time. You got a confirmation. Beautiful. All right, there we go. Let's see what else have we got. So it's been quite it's been quite a productive stream actually, hasn't it? So okay, no worries, Farmer. No worries, mate. There we go. Server case done. What was that beep? Was that that was an email? Accept that, yes. G'day, Cobber. Yeah, I love that. If you want it, DVR, yes, no worries. That's easy. So we're starting to build up. Enough money now to. No, we don't have an electricity bill. That's good. We're starting to build up enough money to start working towards getting the stuff that we need. Look, there's more stuff here. Beautiful. Let's grab that as well. Nice sports car. Let's see. What's that? That's a bit of scrap metal. Perfect. Will you add customization options to the house to change colors of the wall and flooring, etc.? That's a good question as well. That's one of the things that people love to do. So what do we need to buy first? Crucibles, we've got ingot molds, we've got hazardous material bucket. Excellent. We've got the treated wooden table. We've got gold crucible, 100 gram ingot mold for gold and silver. Okay, beautiful. We've got small pump and agitator. We've got the blowtorch, which is awesome. We've got the beakers here. The hydrogen peroxide and the hydrochloric acid. Sodium metabisulfite. Yeah, no, I didn't. Can you pronounce that? Fury?
Metabisulfite.
There we go. LED light upgrade is coming soon. Is that going to save your power?
It will, yeah.
There we go. That's awesome. And a raw material gas bottle, which we are going to have to buy ourselves a gas bottle, and we are going to have to buy ourselves a furnace kit, which we need to save up for, and an ingot storage rack. That's pretty cool. There's an almost Mario behind the counter there. And the drill, I remember how much better the drill was. It was such a good investment. Let's see, what else have we got? We got anything else lying around that we might be able to grab? Hashtag raffle 1. Ash. Hashtag raffle 1 to enter. Hashtag raffle space 1. All right, here we go.
Oh, sorry, honey. Will you add customization? Yes, I really would like to add customization at the hardware store. Different wallpapers and maybe flooring, roof tiles, if I could possibly, just to give people their own unique way of design, just as a very basic starter sort of customization, and then that could be later tweaked and expanded on in the future.
That could also be a really big part of what you were talking about earlier in the regards to starting out in your mum or your nana's garage and moving yourself into your own property and stuff would be absolutely awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe some posters that people can throw on the wall, a couple of little decorations that they can add to their house. Ash, Ryan, did you get that exclamation mark raffle space 1 to enter? And you now have 9 minutes to do that. Let's see, what else have we got here? Just making money, and I think that again adds. It's like the management side of these games and stuff, and buying all your equipment and stuff. Having the ability to be able to buy yourself a pot plant, or buy yourself a poster to put on the wall, or stuff like that. It gives even more purpose to what you're doing, doesn't it? Like, in the sense of you're working to work. I mean, we all work. We work to pay our bills. We work to pay our house off, and we work to work to buy things that we want. So
yes, certainly.
Yeah. So it's kind of It's one of those. It's one of those things.
Yeah. I did want to touch on that earlier. It has been suggested multiple times, and I did want to bring it up so the community knows it hasn't sort of been thrown out. But the idea of a portable radio that you can carry around, and it'll just have some basic tracks to start with. But what I would like is the ability to allow the player to put their own tracks in, their own music and all that sort of stuff, and they can carry the radio around with them listening to music.
Could that be even a Spotify integration? Should people want it, or?
I would not have a clue how to do that, and I still don't. am not too sure on how to allow users to add their own media, like photos and sound files. That I'm still sort of struggling with, is how to accept those.
Okay. Yeah, it would be for me, if I was doing it in Unreal Engine, it would just be a simple matter of purchasing myself a little coding package that integrated that into my game. But for you working in this, then it's probably a lot more work. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go. Honeysuckle agrees. A personal music playlist would be absolutely awesome. And I agree. I agree totally as well. Agree totally. I've had this gripe. Fury, about when I've been doing first looks and stuff like that. I've had this gripe about developers not putting in the option to turn music off in games, or if they do put the option to turn music off in games, you don't have the option. It won't turn music off in the menus and stuff like that. And as a content creator, that is perfect, Ash. That is that's a really difficult thing because of copyright strikes and stuff like that. But when I do play games personally, I always have the music on, and if there's the ability to be playing Spotify or to turn a radio on and stream internet radio, like say in Truck Sim, in American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim, you can turn the radio on. You can stream internet radio stations and stuff like that. And I've always been a keen fan of doing that when I'm sort of when I'm gaming on my own, but obviously not when I'm doing this. So yeah, it'd be a fantastic integration, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna. I've forgotten now.
While you're thinking of that, Honey said that she knows nothing about coding, but could it pull music out of a folder with music files? And I think that's probably an easier thing to code, to pull music, to be able to set in the game, set a music folder and pull music out of that.
Yeah, that was the initial plan, but I would just have no clue how to do that, and I've tried to search online on how to accept like users putting their own media in the folders, but yeah, I'm just really unsure on how to do that. So, but yeah, the minute I do, I'll definitely add in the radio, and and that should allow you to at least put MP3 files in, like just something basic like that to start with. And yeah, Spotify would be a really good option for the future.
That would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect. Okay, for everybody that's in chat, if you haven't !raffle space 1 to get yourself a raffle ticket, we have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the timer for that, so we will be drawing that after the timer goes off. Let's see, what are we doing now? Did I get an email? No, I didn't get an email. I thought I got one. Oh, there we go. Delivery complete. I haven't collected my deliveries. That's what I haven't done. Where are we? Deliveries, collect. I remember last time we were playing this and we had like this massive stack of stuff outside here. We had this huge pile of stuff that was over encumbering the letterbox. So you left your house to get a coffee and ended up driving most of the way to Micro Center. I guess you need to upgrade your PC. While you're there, just throw in a Radeon for me, will you, Farmer? That would be awesome. I just rebuilt my PC, Fury, and got everything except for a graphics card, except for a new graphics card. So I'm still running my old 1080 in this new build with my Ryzen and stuff. But
right, yeah. You're just one step better than me. I've been on my build. I pretty much did the exact same thing, upgraded everything, but stuck to my 1060 video card.
Oh, there you go. But so your 1060 might be better than my stock standard 1080, though. Have you got a TI or something? Or
no, just the GTX.
Oh, yeah. Is that the computer that so the computer that you game on and the computer that you're on now and everything? Is that the computer that you're developing on?
Yeah.
How do you go with that? Is it plenty enough for what you're doing in regards to like the graphics on this aren't, they're not super intense graphics and stuff like that. So you don't suffer any problems due to that?
No, not really. While I'm in Unity, I can get upwards of 400 frames per second while doing things in there, and that's with inside the game engine as well. So no, the computer definitely works, and yeah, I do use the computer with pretty much everything, and it's the only one I've got, and pretty much built it from the ground up. And finally got it to a good standard. I've got the M drive or whatever it's called for
the M2 SSD.
Yeah, 1 terabyte of those for all the game development and all that sort of thing, and Ryzen 7 3700, I think, something around there.
Oh yeah,
and 416 gigabyte Corsair Vengeance, and just a standard SSD to run operating system.
Cool. Farmer, yeah, I remember you got the 2080 Ti. I'm so jealous. Jealous.
No.
Yeah, so jealous. That's nice of you to wish everybody good luck with the raffle. The raffle is now closed, so we will do that draw in a sec. Let's see. What do you? Honeysuckle said she did want to mention that she's glad with the possible player stats dying won't happen, because otherwise she'd be the first to die. There's a bit of a thing going on, because when I'm streaming games, Fury, that you can rename characters and everything in, I rename them to my YouTube members and to the community.
Oh, right. Yep.
And she and Honey happened to be the very first to die in some of those. So there you go. All right, raffle is closed, so there's a bit of an ongoing joke happening there as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, beautiful. All right, so is everybody ready for this raffle? I think now you can say running a potato with a GTX 750. I think Hoki's got a GTX 990 or something in her machine, which was my old graphics card. So, which is not too bad. If you win, you picked who you want to give your key to. Awesome. That's good. Okay, beautiful. Let's see. So I'm see, my PC's actually starting to run a bit hot now as well, so I might actually turn some music off for a bit. We don't need any music in the background because we've got awesome conversation. So I'm going to turn that off. There we go. And that's cooled it down a little bit. All right. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to swap over to this screen here, so that we can do this graphics draw. All right. So here we go. We'll throw that on, and we'll throw back over to that. It's a bit. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Perfect. So here we go. We are in here. We've got Honeysuckle, we've got Farmer, we've got Kane, we've got Dursus, Christina, and Ash, who are all in the running. We've got 4 keys to give away, so we're going to pick the first winner. And I don't have any drum rolls. And Dursus, congratulations, Dursus, for winning a key. I'm going to write these down. I do need you to go on to my Discord and send me a direct message on my Discord so that I can give those keys away. I don't like giving keys away through YouTube because YouTube has a pile of bots. A pile of bots that actually like to pretend that they are people who have won competitions. So I'm always very, very careful about that. All right, there you go. All right, congratulations, Dursus, for winning that. Next winner is... Are you still there, Fury?
I am, yeah.
Just double checking. just Just double check, and feel free to. I tend to talk too much when I'm streaming, so just feel free to talk over the top of me because I'm pretty useless like that.
No, it's fine.
It's the first game that Dursus has won. Excellent. Well, congratulations. You deserve it. Well done. Well done, and thank you very much for joining and being part of it. Okay, next winner is Honeysuckle. Don't know who Honeysuckle is, but whoever it is, she has won one as well. It says Honeysuckle has won a key to Scrapping Simulator, redeemable on Steam. Have another sip of coffee. It's funny that I had to put redeemable on Steam because I don't know why. I'm thinking of I'm actually while we're doing this, guys, I'm actually thinking of running a congrats to the strange and who dies all the time that nobody knows. You've just joined. You need to wait to be able to message me. No worries, that's easy. Dursus, is your name the same on Discord as it is on YouTube? I mean, on YouTube. We're on YouTube, aren't we? So anyway, I was getting a bit distracted. What I was thinking of doing is you were mentioning earlier on, Fury, that there is a demo for this game on itch.io.
Yeah.
I've been looking through itch.io quite a bit over the last week or so because what I'm considering doing is actually dragging some of the little free games and demos off of there and doing a series and bringing that type of stuff, stuff that's on itch.io that isn't on Steam, hasn't made it to Steam yet, and all that type of stuff. Just to, as first looks to the community, I thought that would be really, really cool. All right, Dursus, no worries. Beautiful. I thought it would be really, really cool. So I'm thinking of doing that. All right, we're going to draw another winner. So good luck. Here we go. You know what we didn't do? I didn't pause. So I'm assuming the escape screen actually pauses the game, doesn't it?
It does. Now, yep.
Yep. Beautiful. All right. Next winner is, because I'm just accumulating electricity bills. And the next winner is Kane. Congratulations. I think Kane has won about, haven't you won about 3 or 4 keys on this, Kane? I'm guessing. There we go.
Congratulations, Kane.
Congratulations to you as well, Kane. And the final winner is... Look, even Honey congratulated you, Kane. And the final winner is Christina. There you go. Beautiful. I like how Streamlabs just brings up, Christina has won a key to Scrapping Simulator, redeemable on Steam. Perfect. Whee! There you go. Beautiful. Congratulations, Dursus. Congratulations, Honeysuckle, Kane, and Christina. You guys are all awesome and deserve that. And again, thank you very much to Fury for providing those keys for you guys as well. So,
no problem at all.
It is absolutely awesome that we are lucky enough to have those things provided for us and for the community as well. So it's definitely a game worth getting into. So there we go. Thank you. There we go. Everybody's congratulating everybody. Oh, it's romantic. It's almost romantic. It's almost romantic, Fury.
It is, yeah.
Chat at the moment, isn't it? There we go. I don't think we're going to get to the point tonight on tonight's stream of actually getting hold of a furnace and stuff at this point in time.
Yeah. By
the looks of it. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get a super secret developer code to boost my bank account off you at some point. That's what I'm going to have to do. This is getting the super secret stuff. Christina said thank you. Honeysuckle said thank you. Fury.
No worries at all.
A pleasure. Where are we? There we go. get these off. It's actually it's one of those addictive things, and I've always said it about these kind of these type of simulators, like the job simulators and all that type of stuff. It tends to be a little bit addictive. Some of this stuff, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, and honestly, I've sunk some hours into games very similar, and I love them, and it's half the reason I wanted to make my own.
Have you played Car Mechanic Simulator 2018?
I think I have, yes.
Do you know the whole sound of pulling screws out and pulling components off vehicles and stuff? The sounds that they've incorporated in removing screws and removing bolts and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
For some reason, and call me a weirdo, because I am a weirdo, but for some reason, just shut up, Kane. I don't want to hear it, because Kane will be the first to call me a weirdo. I love those sounds. They are absolutely awesome. They are absolutely awesome. Those sounds. That for some reason, they're just. I could listen to them all day. I don't know what it is, but the sound of removing a bloody bolt, or removing wheel nuts or whatever. They just. It's one of those immersive things that they did in that game so well. So well. He was typing that. There you go. Honeysuckle agrees that they are very, very addictive as well, which is true. I played another game that was did a first look of another game today that was relatively addictive as well, which is coming out probably tomorrow, I think. That first look. One of the things that I did want to ask you, and as a random question, it's more about you, Fury, than it is about than it is about the game itself. But and I know you've spoken about some of the things that you've played. What type of games do you? Hang on, Dursus has 5,400 hours in it. A Car Mechanic Simulator. That is awesome. That actually beats my Skyrim time, which is about 4,500 in Skyrim. What sort of games do you play when you're not developing your game?
Really, it is a wide variety, but I do have a favorite, and that's sort of like role-playing games. A big influence to what got me into gaming was RuneScape back in 2004, 2005, that sort of area. And and I made my own private servers with RuneScape using Java code and all that, and that's a big part of where I came from. And I haven't played RuneScape for a long while now, but mainly things just sort of role playing on the same sort of level, like Valheim, prime example, like something that you've got to work towards, get level ups, and earn your way through the game, sort of thing. That's the things I really enjoy. And apart from that, I do like motor vehicle games, like motorbikes and car racing games. I don't mind those.
Oh yeah, do you truck sim or?
I do have it, and I have got a fair few hours on it, but I made the silly decision to get rid of my steering wheel, so
Sacrilege.
Yeah.
Once you've got hold of one of those things, you've got to keep hold of it these days, don't you? So.
Yeah, I definitely regret getting rid of it.
Well, there you go. See, guys, share this game around. Get more people onto Steam. Get more people to buy it so that Fury can afford a new steering wheel. That's like EverQuest, where you have to level up and develop the character. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh no, I have heard of it. I haven't played it though.
Baldur's Gate is what got me into role playing games in the first place. All of the really early stuff and the Icewind Dale stuff, which were all sort of expansions of that. All that stuff got me into role playing games. I do love a good role playing game. I like them in the formats of the first person shooter style, like Cyberpunk, for example, which is at its base is a role playing game. I love the isometric stuff like Baldur's Gate, which is absolutely awesome. Hokey Pokey and I put a lot of hours into Valheim. We did a lot of streaming of Valheim as well. So I would have to agree that's one of the really, really, really good games.
Yeah.
So have you found that that some of those games that you do play have had an influence on some of your decisions when it comes to developing this game?
100%, yeah. Some, like I can say with Scrapping Simulator, a lot of the games I've sort of looked up to is other small indie games, like Landlord Soup, Hydroneer, even though that's very big now. But yeah, it started off with a solo developer, and yeah, he's really, really come a long way and made a great game. So, small developer games like that, I really take a lot of influence from and try and learn from as I play them.
It makes sense. Kane says that he used to play AD&D when he was a kid, and he's still a kid. And his first was Dungeons and Dragons online with other people. Because I'm guessing that there is things. What would you say would be the biggest influence? And it might be too difficult to answer, but what would you say would be the biggest influence from the other games that you've played that you've actually brought into this game as a result of that influence? It's a tough question, isn't it? Really,
it is. But honestly, I think I'd want to say that none. Like I've really, really wanted to avoid sort of copying, or I don't want to say copying, but sort of like putting something out that's already been done 100 times. Like that's what I wanted to stay away from. But just with how things are done in other games is what I really take inspiration from. Like Hydroneers, for example, you drop coins on top of each other and they add up in that sense.
Yep.
And yeah, things like that just baffles me how it works in a sense. And I love it's something so small but it makes a big difference. So yeah, but that was the main thing with this game, is I wanted to go somewhere where it hasn't been done before.
Yep. Panda's in chat. Panda is in chat. Get the bamboo out. Did you find what made you decide that you were going to go with the poly aesthetic to the design of the game and stuff?
Well, I'd probably just say that I've always liked the poly design, just simple and sort of flat colors, and it's just shadows that do all the work. It's not like super high detail textures and stuff. It's just very plain and simple, but it seems to get the job done, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. It still gets the story across without the intensity. I think it also probably opens the game up to a broader range or a broader audience, perhaps. What are the minimum specs for Tony's intro? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I do this, you'll have to forgive me. Hide the glue, Panda's here. Your intro to role playing was in Armour City Life. City Life Armor. I never actually played that, but I did play a lot of online roleplay stuff in Armor. In Armor 2, I think it was, Tony. Now, where was I? I was going to say, what are the minimum specs for this game? Because I'm assuming the specs for this game would be a little bit lower than, say, if we were going to get something else that we were going to play. Do not have more room in your inventory. Of course I don't.
Well, as it stands on Steam, the minimum specs are a Intel i5 or a AMD FX 6300 with 4 gigabytes of RAM, a GTX 670 or an AMD R9 270 with at least 2 gigabytes of storage just for the time being. But I haven't really had much of a chance to do some benchmarking. I do have a laptop, and that's got quite some low specs, and I get maybe 40 frames a second on that on low quality. So, yeah, and I just sort of I got that reference off other games that were very similar, of similar size with similar sort of graphics and such.
Yeah, okay.
Just as a baseline.
Yeah. The polyaesthetic, when it was first a sort of first introduced, could I say introduced? I guess I could say introduced. Was never actually appealing to me. Me personally, as a gamer.
Honestly, I can say I did feel the same way. Playing games like James Bond, GoldenEye, I always used to say, "Oh, why can't the characters just look realistic?" But yeah, I've come to understand that it's an art style, and it's really what makes a game.
An art style has a huge impact on it. What I was going to say is I'd never liked the poly aesthetic, but I've played, since I've been doing YouTubing. I've played quite a few games that that run the same assets. I've played quite a few poly games. So you've got obviously Scrapping Simulator. You've got Drive for Survival, Factory Manager Simulator, some of those things that all have this poly aspect to it, and it's actually something that's grown on me. It's actually something that I actually do enjoy now. So it's it's funny how that can happen, how it can stuff like that can actually just you can start to develop an appreciation of the whole of the whole aesthetic. So
yeah, certainly. I can honestly say I felt the same way. I just sort of grew attached to the low poly as well, whereas initially, I didn't really have much of a taste for it. So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, here you are developing a game that is poly based. So I mean, that's just a good example of it, isn't it? Tony reckons he bought Star Citizen without looking at the specs, and he can't run it, and he forgot about it, and it's past the return limit. Ew. I got suckered into buying Star Citizen. I only bought the cheapest possible ship that you can buy, but I don't think Star Citizen's something that's ever going to come to reality. With the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that they have gathered off people, I still don't think that Star Citizen is something that's going to become a reality, like a completed reality. So there you go. Let's see. Press. Why did I have to think about that? I've been doing it all night. Sometimes a simple, clean, and fun graphic is a nice change from the super realistic. It is. I played Senua's Sacrifice. Is it Senua's Sacrifice? Do you know that game?
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Is it Senua's Sacrifice? Let me have a look. Hokey bought it for me. Let me have a look. Let me see if I can go into Steam. Into the library. It is called... I'm pretty sure it was Senua's Sacrifice. I'm just having a quick squiz. Geez, I've got too many. I have too many games in here. I have too many games. Where is it? 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 I must be thinking of the completely wrong thing. I must be thinking of the completely wrong thing. Wonder if this game will work on Windows 11. Let you see now. Windows 11. Let's see. That's just another Windows version to scam. I got very upset with I got very upset with Microsoft when I redid my computer. I mean, getting sick of doing something like upgrading a CPU or upgrading a memory or something like that, and Windows all of a sudden saying, "Oh, you don't own Windows."
Yeah.
Hellblade. It might be Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Let me have a look and see if I can see that. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Yes. I played that, and graphics-wise, realistic graphics-wise during gameplay, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Got to go. People at the house. Are you going to eat them? Are you going to glue your paws and hug them all? Yeah, that was an amazing game, and I've got to say I don't mind that. I didn't mind that as far as realistic graphics and stuff, but what I have learnt is, playing streaming Songs of Six last week and stuff. At one point in time, I wouldn't have kind of liked the old retro pixely graphics and stuff either, but I'm actually starting to really love that stuff too.
Yeah.
You just got a text from a comic card shop owner. He said that this guy agreed to buy 12 comics from your brother for $1,000, 3 sets of 4. Nice. It's $1,000 worth of games that you can buy if you sweet talk your brother. You do end up zooming in on most of the pieces to scrap them, probably due for another eye exam. I've got like my glasses are, these ones aren't, these are fixed focal length, but the glasses that I wear during the day are you could say multifocal, but they're not. They just have a focal point at the bottom. They're kind of, and they're clear at the top, because I don't need to see long. I can see long distances perfectly fine. But I've been painting a renovation and stuff the last couple of days at work, and just realised that with multifocal glasses and not being able to see up close, they're pretty useless when you're cutting in underneath a cornice, because everything's really blurry when you're looking out the top of your glasses, because there's no focal length on them. All right, there we go. So does do any of you guys have any further questions that you desperately want to ask Fury as well tonight before we end the stream? What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. All right, lovely. Those as well. Honey's really good for killing in games as well, so that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. You think it'd be fun to pull a wagon to throw your items in that you collect as you walk around? Is something like that possible?
Sorry, I did hear that. I did read that earlier. I forgot to answer that. We did touch on this a little bit about adding a trolley So just one of those little two-wheeled things that you usually use when you're moving
Like a sack
houses
truck.
and stuff. Yeah, and on that you'll be able to put either 4 e-waste objects and transport them all in one go. So that'd be good for if you're buying multiple objects at the pawn shop, for example. And it would also be able to hold 2 of the raw material storage buckets, so you can do a big run to the scrapyard with 2 storage buckets full, if you choose.
Which would certainly help out quite a bit as well, wouldn't it? To be able to sort of do that, yeah. What do you say, Kane? Your brother has over $250,000 worth of comics and cards stored in boxes. He collected them since he was 10. He even has 10 Wayne Gretzky rookie cards. You know, if I had saved some of that crap that I had when I was like, don't you sit there and just wish you had saved that stuff? I don't know how old you are, Fury. But there's a whole pile of stuff that I wish I had have saved from a long time ago that would have been worth an absolute fortune now.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So what we're going to do then is I'm gonna finish up the stream now, guys. I hope I haven't cut it too short. We've been streaming for probably 2.5 hours, I think, which has been absolutely awesome. Congratulations to those winners as well, who can just contact me on Discord. I will distribute those keys at some point. Don't forget, share Scrapping Simulator around. Share it around with your friends. Share it around with your family. Share it around in some of the Discord forums that you're in without spamming, obviously. Let's see if we can get a lot more people in here and a lot more people playing the game as well, because there is so much super exciting stuff happening and coming up in the game as well, which is absolutely awesome. Which will add a whole pile more interactivity, a whole pile more purpose to what you're doing. Some of the things that are coming in as well, which is absolutely awesome. But I want to thank Fury heaps for number one, providing keys to a game that he's trying to sell and that he's trying to earn a living out of. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing that he is kind enough to do that. It's amazing that he's kind enough and willing enough to come onto my stream and talk to you guys and answer and answer your questions and stuff. Like, I appreciate it very much. I know that chat really appreciates it as well. So I want to thank you for that, Fury, and I hope that you've had an all right time in here. I hope you've had an all right time.
Yeah, it's been great and an absolute pleasure. It's amazing to be a part of a good community, and I love helping out the people that deserve it. So yeah, it's really good.
I do apologize about Honeysuckle, but so some things you've just got to deal with. Love you, Honeysuckle. But yeah, no, look, we will I reckon if we leave it for quite a few more major updates and stuff like that, a few sort of really big updates to the game and stuff like that, and then throw another stream together as well. Probably not with a giveaway next time, because I think that you've been more than kind enough, with the keys that you already have provided for the channel. So I think it's something that more we can get together in a maybe another stream in even 6 months' time, when a couple of major updates have come out, or we'll play it by ear and do that, so that we can highlight that stuff as well, and just make sure that we keep hopefully coming back and doing this and highlighting more and more of the game and more of the features that you're putting in, because I think you're doing an absolutely awesome job, and I envy your energy, and I envy your skill and your ability to do this. So
Thank you very much, and as I said, it's an honor to be a part of a community, and that's I wanted to help show my appreciation, and it's been really good, and just um, I believe it was Neri, wasn't it, that had initially sent you the copy to Scrapping Simulator?
It was Neri who did that. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, and that was such a big help and such a big boost in confidence too, no less. So, and it's really sort of made me determined to just keep pushing and keep doing as much as I can to the game, sort of thing. And no, I couldn't be more appreciative of the great community that's slowly growing up, as well as I dip into the Simi community as well, and you guys are great. So no, it's really good.
I've actually just noticed. I've just noticed those dust particle effects that you've added floating around. I haven't noticed those before. Well, look, Neri's amazing. Neri's she's been a community member pretty well from day dot. When I first started YouTube, and I've got a few people, Farmer and Papa Ken and stuff, who have all been there since day dot. They've always supported the channel. Neri's been absolutely awesome. She provided me with Landlord Super as well. I think she's provided me with about 5 or 6 games for the channel. And one of the really hard things about being a content creator who works full time, who has 2 children, including a 2-year-old, and a house to pay off and stuff, is having the time and the ability to trawl through a lot of games to find stuff to play. And I think to have people like, I've got people in the community now that are recommending games on Discord, and they'll post it, and at some point in time I will get there and have a look at those games and stuff. And I think that it certainly helps my channel out, and it certainly makes sure that I don't miss any little gems and stuff. And thanks to Neri, we've had quite a few little gems come up on this, and this is certainly one of them. So been very, very lucky. I do have an amazing community. I mean, everybody who's been here tonight is just incredible. They're all incredible people. They're all wonderful people, and in their own right. So but there you go. So thank you very much, Fury. Thank you everybody in chat. I appreciate you all being here so much. I have looked at Lunch Lady, and I do want to get some copies of that for to do a community play, because I am organising some more community plays. I'm doing a community play of we're going out and doing some hunting in the new map on Call of the Wild, which is going to be absolutely awesome. There's the banana. Look, the banana's just shown up. Hello, banana. There's another one. There's another one, Fury, who's been here since day dot. Lana Banana, such an amazing person, and amazing part of the community. So, so we're going to do a community play of. Sorry, I'm just doing a bit of housekeeping now, Fury. We're going to do a community play of Hunter Call of the Wild. I think Christina's coming into that. Mama M's coming in to play. Farmer, I think, maybe coming in. I'm pretty sure. Anybody else who has that game is welcome to join as well, if they're a part of the community. And we're also playing some more Firefighter Simulator, hopefully with the Bullfrog and Neri and stuff, which is another game that Neri provided for the community. We're playing some, what else have we got coming up? We're doing some more communities. There's Mama right there. Yeah, you'll have to leave that with me, Mama, probably next weekend, I reckon. Yeah. So, their farmers coming into it as well. Firefighting sim is going to be awesome. We're also playing some, going to do some more community ranch sim as well. So, A lot of community play coming up. I'm having a lot of trouble, guys, at the moment scheduling because of the way work is and because of the way a 2-year-old is and stuff like that. But I will be scheduling those, and what I need to do is I need to schedule them on the weekends, but I also need to make sure, because all Saturday I'm recording episodes for YouTube, Saturday night I'm streaming, and then on Sunday I'm trying to spend time with the family and with my daughter and stuff as well. Banana had a date. Hopefully your date was absolutely brilliant. Hope your date was absolutely brilliant, Banana. So, but big shout out to Fury, big shout out to Scrapping Simulator. It is, you know, if you get the opportunity, please, you know, let people know about this game, because it really deserves the support. So thank you very much again, Fury, and goodbye to everybody. I will see you. I will organise some times for some community gameplay, but I will speak to you later. See you later, Fury.
See you later, Simi. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you everyone for all your support. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. Take care, everyone. See you later. Got to find the end stream button. See you guys.
See ya.